Alright, so here is part 3, the delivery. So I was in the birth pool, my water broke at 11:10. A few, just like 2 or 3 contractions after that, I got the urge to push. And I started breathing really, really heavily. And I must add that between my water breaking and the urge to push, my husband took Deacon upstairs to go to bed because Deacon had been awake, running around playing. The Smurfs were on TV the entire time the TV was on. Like, it was seriously the most relaxed environment ever. It was just like I had a bunch of friends over and we were all just hanging out. So, let me take off my necklace. I just had it on for the Perez video. But it was super, super chill. And my husband, it was 11 o'clock at night. He goes to bed by 9. And, okay. He goes to bed by 9, so he was up way past his bedtime. And he was sitting on the couch. It was my husband, Deacon, and my mom that were on the couch, and they were watching TV, and right in front of the couch was the birth pool. And I was obviously in the pool at that time. My husband took Deacon upstairs to lay him down for bed, and then I think at that point my mom realized, like, oh my gosh, like, oh, she's in serious labor, because I was panting at that point. And my mom's like, you need to focus, focus on your focal point. She's like, you need to breathe through the contractions, we don't want you hyperventilating. And then I remember her just looking at me and saying, are you pushing? And I'm like, yeah. And she looks at the midwife and says, is she allowed to be pushing? And I had reached down the previous contraction and had started to feel his head. So I knew that he was like right there, and the midwife was like trying to appease both my mom and me, because I can tell you right now, nobody at that point in time was going to tell me I couldn't push anymore. And she reached down, and yeah, his head was like right there. And that was when my mom realized, holy crap, my husband is going to miss the birth of his son if he's still upstairs with Deacon. So my mom raced upstairs and was like whispering, like, you need to get out there right now. And Deacon had luckily just fallen asleep. So my husband raced downstairs. I had him in, I think, 3 contractions. I delivered him. And my husband was able to catch. So my husband was the first one to grab him, and he pulled him out. And it was just funny because he seriously almost missed the birth. My mom, I don't remember where my mom was at that time, but I pushed leaning over the birth pool. So I guess you'd kind of call it like an all-fours position, but my arms were over the birth pool, and I remember holding on to, there was one specific handle I really liked. And, yeah, oh my gosh. You know those automatic soap dispensers? They swear they just go off. Deacon and my husband are at soccer right now. Anyhow, where was I? Oh, okay. So, yeah, my husband caught him, and the way I pushed him, I had to, like, because I was on, like, all fours, so I had to, like, pick my leg up and put my leg all the way around him. He had to go under my legs so that I could, you know, be sitting up and, like, you know, lean against the back of the birth pool and hold him. So my midwife helped with that because it was an interesting maneuver. I was fine, but his cord was really, really short. So I was able to bring him up to just high enough on my chest. It was kind of awkward though because his cord was so short, but it wasn't like bad or anything like that. As far as I know, it was not wrapped around his neck. I don't know how it could have been because it was short. Boys, what else? He didn't cry right away, and I was fine with it. In fact, I was doing the shh, like it's okay, and it's mom, and that type of thing. And my mom was freaking out, I guess, and I didn't even know it at the time because I knew everything was fine. I could feel him breathing. It was just super relaxed. It was very, very, very chill. And I remember my midwife saying, babies born in the water don't scream like babies that are born directly into the air. I guess they just don't have that first, like, gulp of air, so they just don't scream. So My mom, of course, is freaking out, and he did look a little blue. He did not look blue to me at the time. Just looking back in some of the pictures, it's like, okay, he looked a little blue. But what baby freshly born isn't a little blue? And he pinked right up. I think they gave him 2 puffs of air, again, just to make, like, my mom happy and whatnot. And my midwife was just like, she's like, they were freaking me out because everything was fine. She's like, they were worrying me because, you know, she's like, I'm used to this. That's just something that babies born in the water are like. So, yeah, that was probably like the craziest part of it all, and for me it was nothing because it didn't seem crazy at all. I stayed in, and he was born, okay, so he was born at 11:32, so I got in the pool at 11. My labor started at 7:26. Everybody got here a little after 9. I got in the pool at 11, water broke at 11:10, he was born at 11:32. So it was pretty quick, but mind you, I'd been having contractions every 8 minutes apart, lasting for 2 minutes for 3 days prior, so it was owed to me. Gosh, what else? Alright, so I stayed in the birth pool for about 30 minutes, and then I hadn't delivered the placenta yet. We waited until the cord stopped pulsing to cut it, and I'll just continue this on now in part 4, which is the afterbirth and all that fun stuff immediately after. So I'll see you guys in the next video.